Larry Bailey, Awesome Technologies, Inc. It is Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and that means you guys are grabbing a nice drink, you're sitting back. We're going to talk some Encompass stuff today. Our topic for today is Encompass Web for processing and underwriting. Amy Blum continues to stalk me no matter where I go. So she's calling out Amy because I love Amy so much. So today's topic is important to me. Important to me mostly because I think back to 2019. 2019. If you look in the admin portal right now over at whatever that adminportal.com, whatever their domain is, you'll see a post from me from 2019. And the post reads asynchronous JavaScript. I am very jealous of your basement, Amy. Of course I am. It's a beautiful basement. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because back in 2019, with Ken Kolda, who is really who I credit as being the mastermind of constructing how Encompass Web is turning out to be. He's since retired from Ellie Mae. Hopefully he got a great landing pad from that. But he and I had a really good conversation. This is back when I created, this is back when we were doing we did a breakfast that year at Encompass Experience for the Basecamp group. And he came in and we actually talked about it as a group. And, lo and behold, 5 years later, 6 years later, whatever it's been, we're now starting to see the fruit of all that work. And today's conversation is all about Encompass Web. For those that don't know, for those that don't know, there is a book. Amy's got it in the comments. Amy, do you mind putting the link in the comment? For everybody to take? That way it'll be in the show notes, kind of a thing. It's $14, and I don't read very many things at all, but that book, I agree with Amy. That book was very easy to kind of look through. I only looked at a few chapters online because it's just I got enough going on. I don't want to take on asynchronous JavaScript also. But the idea is we're going to be moving over there in the next 5 years, right? You can't argue with that. Sometime in the next 5 years, we're going to be having to learn syntax for yet another language, and what we're going to do about it. And so recently, this past week, I launched a new course in the community called Encompass, Mastering Encompass Web Essentials. Thanks, Amy, for putting that link in there for the async JavaScript book. And the reason why it's important for me to really express this education to everybody is because, A, nobody has time to read. Like, I get that. I really do. But you got to learn it. And a lot of times the help information that ICE puts out, which is really good, a lot of times the context just isn't there. So the concept will be there, but then it's like, well, how do I apply the concept? And how does this concept link into everything else? And I go through all that. And it's important for me to share that, mostly because when I go in to help clients with workflow or technology solutions, I don't want to have to keep reinventing the wheel over and over again. Like, that's just, it's just common sense. Number one. Number two, I want you guys to learn because you're going to figure out things that I'm not going to figure out. And that's part of the whole community, right? So if we're all working on something asynchronously, to use that, it means that we can all figure things out because although we're all in the lending industry, we all have different businesses, different workflows slightly. And so, there. So first big question for the group is, who has built an active workflow engine rule that leverages workflow tasks? I know many of you already have EPC running, which made me smile today. There's lots of talk in the community about EPC automation for services, which that made me smile. I know that some of you are starting to look at workflow automation rules for automated conditions. That makes me smile. The next thing is tasks, and that's really what I'm going to get into today, is the workflow and how you can leverage Encompass Web for processing and underwriting, and getting into those details in here. So for those that are following along on replay, you know where to find the replay, hopefully over at the mortgage community.